And like I said, this is the stamp set we're using. And I'm specifically using this sentiment, this seashell, this seashell, and I thought there was another one. This one. So it's this, this, and this. All right. So let's get started. Here's my clean and simple card. Quick, easy. Now I can tell you a few things if you want to make it a little bit different, but I will share that with you. And I did stamp this with crumb cake, but this was soft suede, so I think I'm going to do the sentiment this time in crumb cake, in soft suede, and see what it looks like. Now, I did create masks for my images, but I ended up only needing this one. So I have these two if I ever need them. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in a piece of scrap paper, move this over here so you can see what I'm doing, put that over there, and I'm going to take the dots and I'm going to create sand along the bottom. So I'm just going to stamp it along. It's really, dots in the sand. And what I can take and do with this one, I kind of should have flipped that so that it filled in that space. So keep that in mind when you stamp a row, flip it so it does that. All right, then I'm going to take, and this is where I'm going to change this up. This one was really plain. So, Linda, I was telling everybody, I just got this bundle. I wasn't going to buy it. I'm going to add some crumb cake, and it does take it a while to build up on your blending brush. So this one doesn't have this, but I think it needs something. So here's a way to step it up a little from the clean and simple. And it's still a clean and simple card. I try for my clean and simple cards to not use too much ink. So see, that just adds a little bit of something, something. All right, now I'm going to take my crumb cake and I'm going to stamp I can move this out of the way, stamp my shells on here. And I'm going to stamp this one first, right there. And I hope I haven't put that too close, but we'll find out. I can adjust it if need be. Oops, I'm going to put my mask on top. Then I'm going to stamp my little guy, and he's going to go over here. And by stamping him first and then masking him, he's going to be in the front, whereas the other two will be behind it. All right, let me see. Let me get that. Oh, you know what? I should have stamped that. Oh, I've got it. Yeah, I've got the crumb cake. I thought I had the wrong color. I was like, daggone, I used the wrong color, but I didn't. All right, so there's what we have. And then for my sentiment, I'm going to go back. This one I'm going to do in soft suede, only because I think this one is lost on there. So, Linda, I can't wait to get the other stamp set that's in the new catalog that's Seashells also. So there's what we have. Oh, that looks crooked. Is it crooked, guys? Tell me. If it is, it's one of those things. It's in the front of the catalog. And it's called, it's not one that I missed at all when I went through it. That's the first one I put down because I just knew I had to have it. It's called Seascape, and I just love it. It's got coral and seaweed and some more things for the ground, some fish. So I think that will pair very well with this one. So that's the one I'm going to get. Most people have their catalogs by now, but we're still not allowed to show it. So there's that. Now to me, it still needed something. So I wanted to add my twine, my linen thread, which I don't know if you've noticed it. This one is more of a gray, whereas the one we had before was a brown. So I'm going to pull in, and I'm going to show you a little trick here. This is the trio die, and if you use this punch, this end, and I have to do this on the table because I don't have the strength in my hand. You want to put it in, and you're putting the folded end in, and you're putting it in about halfway, and you're going to punch it out. Then what you have is you have a way, and I hope I have enough thread, and I bet I don't. I looked at it and said, oh, I got enough. Then you've got a way to thread this through your card. Okay, come on. And wrap it around and tie it. Whereas you really don't have a way to do it if you don't give me a little bit more. If you don't have a layer to put it on top. All right, now I'm going to tie this in a knot. That was another thing. I don't know, it just, to me, it didn't. I'm going to cut this only because it'll tie better. So I'm not, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. Oh, and I used to use the linen thread a lot. All right, I'm going to hold it in place, pull it tight. Okay, there, this one's a little bit tighter than that one. All right, hi Fran. So glad you joined us. All right, so there's the clean and simple card. All right. And like I said, I did add the sponging down here because I think I needed it. And I changed the color. You can see this one is crumb cake. This one has no sponging. This one is soft suede, and this one has the sponging. So there's the clean and simple card. All right. I'm going to leave this one here because all of them are based on that. Okay, are you ready? Here's the stepped up version. Now, I did not have the embossing folder, so I pulled out the Tasteful Textiles embossing folder and used it on the back. So the other thing you could do if you have the dies is you could cut out that large image. Cut this out and just kind of lay it over here to the side and have, you know, just, you can kind of cut around it and have these pieces back behind it, which I might try. All right, so there's the stepped up version. All right, let's move this out of the way. I'm going to bring in my pieces. Okay, my base is crumb cake, which is a nice brown. All right,